Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of JFC Hollywood and Friends. Okay, we can start saying bad words right away if you want to say fucking shit. And we have Eduardo, as better known as Giacomo Leopardi. And Edo, it's your night. We play like shit. We are shit. It's your night, basically. Okay.
I feel vindicated.
Yeah. And we have Mauro for Silicon Valley, Tal, president of JFC Empire State, Rafael, president of JFC New Jersey. So pretty late for you guys. Thank you for being here with us. And Julio.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. So I'm not going to say anything. I'll let you go because I honestly have no idea. I have a different opinion than everybody. And
maybe you should start this time. Maybe you should.
No,
since you have a different opinion.
Yeah, no. I'll let you fight. I'll let Edo go first. That is always so. Bring this positive on us, Edo. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a positive spin of today. So, if what happened today forces somewhat of a reckoning between the management, the front office, the players, whatever, and they sit down and say, okay, where are we? Where are we going? Are we all pulling in the same direction? If not, why not? And if so, why aren't we playing like shit? If we can do that, then, we get out of this better than we are today. If this is just, as I fear it is, the management pulling in one direction, the coach pretty much left on an island, the players not really following his lead, then this is pretty much the beginning of a very painful. I think we have 12 games left in the season. Those are going to be 12 long games. But so we have a chance to make it positive. It's up to us to make it, it's up to them to make it positive. Because there is nothing to, save from today, except for the fact that, we're there. It's rock bottom. Hopefully we can get up.
What? I was expecting worse from you. Okay, so
that's okay. I have worse.
You can complain.
Go, Tal. Go. Stage is yours. Stage is yours.
In my opinion, friend. Losing to Empoli's seaside, half of their Primavera, is, in my opinion, worse than losing to Maccabi Haifa. Some people would disagree with me. I, as somebody who's watched
perfectly everything, but
a fair amount of Israeli soccer, know that it's actually very hard to win away at Maccabi Haifa. That is a very hard stadium to play in. Not that then was any excuse. And it's really shambolic, at least in times when we were on a decline. We were steady in a decline. That last stint under Allegri was kind of a steady decline with some blips here and there. But now it's like we're all over the place. I have no idea what Juve is going to show up game to game. People talk about this project. I said today in one of my group chats, the project put on a suicide vest, blew up. There's a toe on the wall, and there's brain matter 2 zip codes away.
Pretty fair.
It'd be one thing, and I'd have faith in Motta if we were seeing progression. And whenever I talk to anybody that's well connected to Continassa or Torino, you hear them not badmouth current management, but say that there's something missing. And in my opinion, every organization that I've ever been a part of, that I've ever had a hand in running or worked for, if you are not solid at the top, you will not be solid at the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Under 10% with that.
We, say what you will about Andrea Agnelli. He was one of those guys that would walk through and knew the kit manager's son's birthday, and he hand wrote people birthday cards, and he did things that management should be doing. And then you look at who's currently in charge of our club, and they are more involved with another asset of Exor that's red, that shall go unnamed, that they care more about. And to me, it's largely.
And there is nothing bad with that.
There's
honestly.
nothing bad with that. I would
Bad
say, in my opinion, it's the easy way out.
Yep.
Where his cousin decided to make the hard choices and go after the most difficult thing he could do. He is going after the easiest thing. Right now, it's easy to throw money at Ferrari because Ferrari's worth $7-8 billion.
Well, to be fair, he threw a decent amount of money at Juventus in the last 6-7 years. To be fair with him,
sure, money is one thing. Money is one thing.
I agree.
It's one thing to look. I can go get a loan from a bank right now. You know, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be successful.
It looks like Inter is not able to get it too. They just fabricate money. So, but yeah, then I agree. I agree with you.
You want to get, that's a whole nother, you know.
No, I
want
know.
This, want the show to get taken down, I can start talking about the financial system, okay?
No, hey, Raffaele, you promised me fireworks, so.
I mean, you know, I don't think this is a matter of opinion. The fact is that we played like shit. You know, the team, it's, you know, we, the six of us, could have played that game and played for Empoli, and we would have scored against Juventus today.
Well, make 5. Edo cannot even run. He's the youngest one here, but he's the one that really cannot move. Wow. That's a different conversation.
That's, you know, but
he makes great agnolotti, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, at least we would eat agnolotti and be happy. Now, after watching that game, the only thing I could go is go to the bathroom and take a dump because, you know, but really, I mean, it's difficult to, you know, joking aside now, it's difficult for me to remember a game where we basically disappeared as we did today. I think it has a lot to do with the way that Motta has been playing, regardless of who we have in the team, who's fit, who's not. He basically plays the same modulo, the same formation. And that has created a lot of friction with the players. Players are not playing in their positions. They are doing things that, you know, they never did before. Colomani today was playing like what we used to call an ala tornante, instead of being placed in the center where he used to score and basically did his best. Vlahovic, I think it's an alien within, you know, I don't think he belongs to Juventus anymore. I think he has great potential. I still believe, like, you know, I cannot believe how bad he has become. So I want to believe that, you know, he's doing it on purpose or he's just not focused. But point being is that you have to play players where they give you the best. You know, going back to thoughts about organizations leading a company, and, you know, if you have a project manager, you let him do project management. If you have a customer success, you let him do that. If you have somebody in sales, you let him do that. Motta's just making a mess, creating problems for himself. And I think we still have a chance because we can still qualify for Champions League. I hope we do. But he really needs to change. I think that's really what needs to happen. He has to change, not the players. Berlusconi one time, you know, he told the coach, either you leave or we kick everybody, all the players, and basically, you know, the coach left. And somebody has to come from
to
management.
Be fair with Berlusconi and the beginning of the Sakis era, it was after they lost in UEFA Cup. I said he went in the locker and said, "Hey guys, this is our coach. Or you change, or I'm gonna get rid of you." So you can see both sides. But you have a point. No. Hey, there is not wrong opinion. Okay, there's just opinion. We're talking about soccer. We're not talking about anything. Mauro, I know that Raffaele talked about your favorite player, Vlahovic. So, and you wanna add anything?
I mean, I was obviously angry about the loss today, but I have to say the post interviews, first with Perrin, where he basically said that the problem is that they don't have any leaders, and that to me it's attributable to management. But the post interview of Thiago Motta, it really impacted me. I don't recall ever seeing a coach. He was almost in tears. And I really felt sorry for the guy. I really thought, I wasn't a huge fan of him. Probably still not am. But seeing him like that, I actually felt really sorry for him, because I do believe nobody shows up like that if he really doesn't care and he's not trying his best. So I do hope that after that, the player hopefully will be maybe closer to him or help him a little more, because when he said that he couldn't teach the players the importance of the game or playing with Juventus, I mean, does Vlahovic need to be reminded what a quarterfinal is of Coppa Italia?
He likely should.
Correct. So does Cop Miners need to be reminded what is a quarterfinal of Coppa Italia? I mean, it's Coppa Italia against Empoli. Even if a coach says, oh, yeah, guys, you need to win, etc., it is still inexplicable. What worries me is that he obviously seemed completely lost. He did not see this coming. And that's the more worrisome part. I would like to see Monday against Verona, maybe also a change in lineup. Like the one thing that I hope that is, now that he basically was bare in front of the press, maybe I would like to see him trying a new formation. Not necessarily players, but at least a new formation, because he's stuck with this one for the beginning of the season, and I don't think it has worked. And too many players out of role to still do experiments, and then of February, it's odd.
Yeah, but considering like he has limited resources,
no, Giulio,
what should he do now? How can he change now? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
In front, he didn't. He had everybody: Ildiz, Bangula, Conceição. He chose to play Colomuani. Why?
Well, I don't think there was a bet.
Everybody's asking to play them together, and he did.
I don't even think that we need to change formation. I think there are a few simple instructions that he could give the players that would enable a vast change in the way we play. The amount of times that players chose to pass instead of shoot today was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
We haven't. I feel like I can count on one hand the amount of times our players have shot from outside the box.
Yeah.
Empoli scored today on a shot from outside the box. Throughout my entire time of watching football, I have always emphasized the importance of taking shots from outside the box and continuously testing the keeper. Because what that happens when you do that is you push the defense back. Everyone starts to play a little bit more skittish. And the thing is, the keeper can't stop every single one. One of them is going to hit the ground, and you're going to be able to get one of your wingers in to tap it in, or get your striker in to tap it in. So take more shots from outside the box. Play faster. If you don't have a pass, run and shoot. That's it.
So do you think that is the coach? Yeah.
Giulio.
No, I had a question for Tal. Then I'll tell you what I think. Do you think that that's like the coach knows giving these directions, or the players are just not capable of understanding or reading the moment? Because, I mean, if we can come up with,
I think
we need to shoot from outside.
I think it's a greater issue, to be honest with you. I think there is this, and I for lack of a better term, I think there is this cancer that has been growing and festering at our beloved club for a while now. Okay, I don't know when it started. Okay, but it's in the. I wouldn't be surprised if the kit man has a broken ankle and has to be at J Medical for 6 months at this point. Okay, like.
Excuse me, repeat it. I didn't understand the last part.
I wouldn't be surprised if the kit guy, the guy who's in charge of the boots and the kits, has an injury and is limping into the locker room. Okay, the mental weakness and the lack of mental fortitude on this team seems to be something like Colomwani. He came to us and he scored 5 goals in 5 games, correct? If I get the stat right, yeah. And now he's playing like all the other guys. You know, I was saying on another show that I was on, I was saying, take all these guys that we got in the winter and have them train separately from the rest of the team. Don't give them any instructions from Motta. Just go out, put blinders on them on the bus. Don't talk to anybody. Don't get anybody involved. These guys don't play for you. You don't know
You
that.
think he didn't play well today, Colomwani? I think he's one of the few
It's
that
not
plays well,
that they
actually.
didn't play well. I think it's this mind virus that has infected everyone. Motta has it. Every single one of the players has it. Explain to me why a guy that came from Premier League that had a career season now can't stay fit. And every time he's played, he's been slow and 2 steps behind. Explain to me why Koopmeiners, who was Serie A midfielder of the season last season and a Europa League winner against an amazing Leverkusen team, okay, is playing like he's never played before. Okay. Explain to me how players are not up to the level that we know they can play at.
I explained it to you. Actually. He
Please.
has a very easy answer. Back in the days when players were coming to Juventus, you know, somebody like Koopmeiners or Douglas Lewis or whatever, whenever you were buying somebody who was talented, had the honor in a way and to be integrated in a group of strong players and could coach and he could learn and he could follow them. Now there is no one, literally no one these players can learn from, right? And how are they going to grow? They either grow by trial and error, like it's happening now, where they extremely suck for a long time until they get it right, or they have somebody that teaches them. And we haven't had any of those players now for 3 years? And so you can bring whoever you want to bring.
Since Chiellini retired, probably.
Right. So you can bring whoever you want, you know, unless they're extremely talented, like Colomwani, for example. Like, and they know what to do on their own because they can't help themselves but being good because they're good. And nobody else can coach these other players, and they're gonna just do this, which is what we've been doing. I mean, Rabiot. I mean, I can name a lot of players that should have been really
Excuse
good.
me,
And,
Julius.
yeah.
Sorry, just 1 second. You mentioned it, Colomani, and actually I think he had a decent game today, Colomani.
Me too.
I feel sorry for him at one point because he tried in every possible way
Every way
give
to
a
give
ball
the ball to
and
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. The ball was to the right, Vlahovic to the left. The one to the left,
I mean,
was to the right. It was up. It was
I
down.
mean,
It was
there was-
embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. I felt bad for him. He just didn't know what to do anymore to give him a ball there.
I
I would have just started shooting. I would have stopped passing and started
He's-
shooting. He
he
scored
put
from
Nico in front of
ridiculous
goal
angles before.
2 minutes in.
So I think Colo today actually was one. If I have to pick like 3 players today, I would say Colomwani, Thuram, and I think Locatelli pulled this weight. Locatelli pulled this weight when he came in. Maybe because he's the captain, maybe because we saw it last time with the final.
Was it Locatelli going in or was it Koopmeiners coming out?
Koopmeiners was already out. Locatelli was playing in the back. I think it was more like that attitude that Motta was talking about. The Locatelli, I think, had coming in, you know, and everybody else missing him. So honestly, yeah.
Julio, what you're saying goes back to my initial kind of spiel with management. And if you don't have the leaders on the pitch, you need the leaders to come from somewhere else. Okay, so you have Chiellini as part of your board.
Wait a second, because you're on point. I'm gonna tell mine because of why I feel different than all of you today. We were here last week. All of us, I think, Mauro and Raffaele were not here with us last week, and we were talking about we got eliminated last week from PS Eindhoven, right? And it was a different game because at least the team tried. We fell short, but we tried. Okay, then I was more worried about the game against Cagliari than the game against tonight. We won against Cagliari, that I think it was a really difficult game, and actually we have had more than decent game against Cagliari. Okay, today we play a game against Empoli that basically, yeah, I think they were without 10 players today between injuries and something else. Okay, they played this game in Torino when they have a super important game I think on Sunday, I think, against Genoa, because right now in the last 11 games they lost 9 out of 11 or something like that. Okay,
They haven't won a game in 80 days.
Yeah, exactly. They lost 9 out of the last 11, and so they came today just because they had to play. Okay, and I had a feeling they just didn't want to get embarrassed. Okay, and you can tell by the starting 11 that they put on the pitch. So today Motta put because we got to be fair. Okay, we started our game with our start 11. He didn't do any turnover.
No.
Yes, okay. Locatelli was on bench, but played Thuram. Everybody else was a starter today. He put the two. So I think the feeling was, okay, let's put the game away the first 30 minutes and let's play, and then we're gonna let everybody else play, okay? And actually, I think the first 20 minutes we moved the ball fairly well. Then we got score because we always get score, okay? And we completely fell out of place, okay? And I don't. What Motta did in the second half, he put Locatelli, Conceição, Ildiz, okay, 3 more starting player, because he put Alberto Costa only at the end when Cambiaso couldn't run anymore. He didn't put Mangula, that is a backup. He didn't put Lech Rui, that is a backup. I was expecting Rui to play. So today we play with the starting player. Our starting player today got embarrassed by the third stringers for Empoli. So, okay, then we can talk about Motta, we can talk about whatever, but this is the reality. So you talk about management. This management is non-existent. We have an ownership. We have an ownership
that on the management. If they don't have leaders on the pitch,
they put money on the team.
Don't have a coach that is a real leader.
No, wait. Motta knows soccer. Like it or not, Motta knows a lot about soccer. Okay,
I'd like him to prove it to me.
What, guys? I cannot see a game in 95 minutes and I can see McKennie, he doesn't win a tackle. I cannot see a game and Vlahovic is not able to make a pass of 5 yards. I cannot watch a game and Conceição is basically stumbling on every ball he gets. Okay, I can see a game and I see Cambiaso is at the third. For 3 times they put like some from a ball in front of our goalie. Okay, so we have a front office that is not consistent. We have only Giuntoli, okay, Giuntoli that actually is still working for Juventus because I haven't seen him. I haven't seen Giuntoli.
We have the ghost of Giuntoli.
So last year, the season went to went to the Madre Lautaro because Giuntoli was fighting with Allegri, right? Because he did everything to go against Allegri last year. Okay. So he put Motta. Everybody was happy because Allegri was leaving. Okay, so everybody is happy. Okay, so we put Motta. Okay, as soon as the things started going south, what Giuntoli said is disappearing. Where is Giuntoli?
I agree with you.
I have a question, Matteo.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand how Giuntoli. Sorry, Raffaele. So I just really don't understand how management not being there or Giuntoli disappearing has anything to do with a game like tonight or against Feyenoord. I understand on a whole season, PSV, on a whole season, that affects the team, but you do not need any other motivation, but it's an in and out game to go play tonight and to go play So tonight and against Feyenoord, it's on Motta and the players. Whoever the
to be fair,
team.
Julia, we probably would have lost the Feyenoord too. So
sure, but it's on the players and Motta, both of them tonight. And against last week in Champions League, it was on them. Then we don't have the management, we don't have Giuntoli disappears. But I cannot believe
what Motta could have done different today than
get out against Empoli.
Player.
If Giuntoli went into the locker room today and told them, "You guys all suck," they should have gone there and win anyway.
No.
Today it's unjustifiable.
So
like we
tell
talk
me
about
what
Giuntoli
Motta
today.
could do different today. They're playing.
It's not about today. It's about instilling a certain
what
way
did
of thinking and approaching the fucking game that they don't have. They've never had the whole season. They
Okay,
play
so we
after
always
half
giving
you
an
are
excuse.
touching on
We
what I've
always
been
giving a
talking
pass to the
about.
player. Okay, nice to know.
You're touching on what I've been talking about, is that if you don't have leaders on the pitch, you don't have leaders in the as your manager that can't motivate the team, you need to supplement that somehow. If we have a different ownership, not saying Agnelli, anybody else, if I'm the owner of the team right now, I'm going into the locker room with a car battery and jumper cables and going like this, showing them the sparks and saying, who wants to come back into the locker room after a loss? They have to deal with me. Okay.
Sorry, I don't understand why we justify the team that there is no leader. We justify the coach, say he's
I'm
not
not
a leader,
justifying it.
but
I'm
we
saying-
don't say that Giuntoli came into Juve. Again, there is no one for him to teach him what the hell is Juve. This
I'm
is
not
on Elkan that didn't
This is
put
what I've been
anybody.
saying the whole time.
But like tonight, it's not. Tonight is just they freaking suck.
tonight
Yes, we
is
played
a
against like the
symptom.
third line of Empoli. Jesus
Tonight
Christ, they
is
could have
a
won like with their
symptom
eyes
of the
closed.
disease we're suffering from.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean, sure, but like, come on, tonight it's just like that. That's like tonight it was embarrassing
I'm not
because
disagreeing with you.
because like the players are not just like mature enough to understand how you do in a night like this. It's missing. So I agree, the players are at fault as well as the coach is at fault because
The whole
you know the
organization
players.
is at fault.
Sure, I understand, but they need to do. Okay, guys, but we can't excuse players and coach either.
Who's
I
excusing
mean,
them?
right, but like again, I haven't really seen from July to now and much improvement from the Motta, what Motta is supposed to do, or the players are supposed to do. I understand management sucks, but like there should be some sort of improvement, the way we play, what we do. I see the same type of struggle, huh?
It doesn't. They don't suck. They don't exist.
We can't even
No,
play a
it's-
consistent 90 minutes of football, guys.
Right, but that's what I'm saying when I don't see improvement.
Raffaele?
So is that on
Raffaele?
Giuntoli?
Yeah, I think we can discuss Giuntoli, Motta, but at the end of the day, I think the players can be really bastards, and if they don't like a coach, they are gonna make him leave. Or
But I'm gonna change the
I think-
coach. I'm
Yeah.
gonna change the players. Sorry,
No,
because they didn't like Sarri, they didn't like Pirlo. They were fighting with Allegri. Now they're fighting with.
but this is a whole new,
Yeah.
group of players. I think today, I don't think we suck that we beat Inter. The team that beat Inter cannot lose against Empoli,
I agree.
regardless of. So
I
in
agree.
my eyes, the players just turned against Motta, and they were just bullshitting on the field.
I don't
For me,
think-
there is no other explanation because
I don't think
If-
so.
why
Why would they do that?
Again,
Why would they do? What do they have to gain from it to get out of a quarter of finals? Their only trophy, and now they can win.
well,
Like
think about
Juventus-
it. If I'm McKennie, right? Why do I have to run back and forth for 90 minutes for the past 20 games? If I'm Cambiaso, why do I have to not play just because the coach has a
I mean,
something on me?
Conte like plays the players like they're like donkeys. Like they makes them like run
Yeah,
back and
but-
forth like crazy, and they do it. I don't think that's. I
But
don't
with
know.
Conte,
I have
you
a hard
win.
time. No,
With
not
Conte, you
necessarily.
win.
No, you don't win all the time.
Well,
Not like that.
he has won with us. He's won with Inter.
Yeah,
he's
he
won
went to
with,
Tottenham and he left. He didn't win. Like
But this is the
right,
history of the
right.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Mauro,
Okay.
Mauro, we know that you're like the. If somebody's mad with Giuntoli, probably you are one of the biggest person mad with Giuntoli. Okay, so what do you think about the whole situation?
I think one thing that I do believe, one thing that Motta said under the game when he talked about they were expecting stuff and not doing anything to get it. I think today we lost because maybe they thought that would have been easy and eventually a goal would have come. I don't think that they played against Motta. Management and the players, I mean, I didn't particularly like the purge of everybody, of all the management, all the players. it seems that they clearly wanted to make a point to do that, because I don't recall any other top team that changed that many players as we did in one shot this year. But so they gave everything that, I don't know if they gave everything that Motta asked, but I still, again, I do hope that the counter proof would be Monday, to see what happens Monday. If Monday we still see that type of lax attitude and we play only one half, etc., then maybe Motta doesn't have this team in hands anymore. Albanese, I mean, there are new reporters that started to tweet that Juventus is thinking to exonerate him, which I don't.
That's not gonna happen.
Believe it's true.
I don't believe that.
No.
But it creates noise. It creates noise.
It's noise. They're being creating noise for the last
their
5
job.
years, and they're creating gossip, because otherwise nobody's gonna click on what they're saying.
Also, when you
And,
write about Juve, it sells papers.
Yeah, but it should be us, the fan, that forced to disregard that kind of gossip. Edo, you just say a few words, so I'm waiting for you to get crazy so the cops can come over there and so.
No. Then the neighbors complain. But
I have a question for Edo.
Oh, go for it.
No, which it kind of tail on what Mauro just said. Do you think that actually Monday against Verona is gonna tell something either way?
No, I think we're going to see against Verona. I think we're going to see we'll turn it around for one game. We'll beat Verona 3-1 or something like that, and then we'll be like, "Oh, we're back." And then the next game, we'll play the first half kind of okay, go into the second half being like, "We can win this game," and then shit the bed in the second half. Like we can't play two consistent halves of football in one match. Like that cannot just be the players. You go into the locker room and the coach talks to you. I feel like he told the players, "Hey, at some point I'm going to put Alberto Costa on. Don't pass to him." I saw the guy begging for the ball, wide open, with space to run in front of him.
They were not giving it to him. I noticed that too. I think they were doing it on purpose.
When he finally got the ball, when he finally took the ball for himself and pushed into the final third, he made a very good incisive pass into the box.
I mean, I agree. But Verona is a tough place to play.
I've been there. I never want to go back.
I mean, I remember even
my best friend is a Verona fan.
I mean, that's not an easy place.
What kind of friends do you have, by the way?
We play in Turin. I thought we play in Turin.
No, we play.
No, we're at the
one of the worst stadium I think that we still have from Italian 90.
Oh my God!
First
off, that stadium's falling apart.
Yep.
Dangerous to go there.
I think I watch. I think I watch in that stadium is Serie B Verona against Bari, and I remember the fan from Bari getting inside the stadium was like, okay, no. The Julius question was for you. Sorry.
No, I mean I agree with. I mean I think Mauro brought up a very good point about the post-game presser today. To me, that was a very defining moment. Like, it's it's either with the team, like with the coach and everybody together playing the same way, or it's not. And it's not an easy game to prove that, because you're going away in a place that it's. I mean, as I said, I remember very good teams that played like shit in Verona for multiple times.
Yeah, guys, I just checked Google. We play in Turin.
We do?
Oh my God, you're right. We won. You're right. We play in Torino.
Why is everybody? Today, everybody was saying we're playing at Verona.
Thank God.
In Turin.
I mean,
in Turin.
Thank God.
We were playing at home tonight, so it's.
Edo, if you had to put money into, there is a problem in the locker room, meaning the players are going to now follow Motta or not. Where would your money be?
Thank you, Mauro.
I would say they're not going to follow him.
Of course, what do you expect is something different from them?
I mean,
from Edo? Come on.
But I mean, they haven't followed him, for the whole year. Today is just the ultimate result of whatever happened. I don't know. It's weird to me because they seemed to me much more cohesive at the beginning of the season, which is insane because it's a brand new group, brand new management, brand new coach, and whatever. They seemed very, very cohesive. I mean, I remember that crazy game against Leipzig. They seemed very, very, very strongly together. Something, and we've seen this before with Sarri, with Pirlo, and sometimes with Allegri as well. During the season, someone starts to drift away from the rest of the team and maybe pulls a few players with him, but clearly there is a rift there. Like they're not on the same page. But if there is a time where we decide who's with us, who's not with us, it's now. But my pessimistic attitude, maybe, I don't know, but give me solid reasons why we should expect the players to bond and say, okay, this is enough. We're going to act like a proper Juve this time around for the rest of the season. Like, we've been through so much, like, we should expect that to happen after we got kicked out or embarrassed by PSV. Didn't happen.
They kicked now, not embarrassed by PSV. Come on, they deserve more than us. They won the game. Tough. Today we got embarrassed. Today I feel embarrassed.
Yeah, but like you're going in. You have 2 results out of 3.
Okay. Today we got embarrassed against the third tier of Empoli.
Today, if Empoli played,
but today, as you said,
Serie B
is the first time that the players got called out by Thiago Motta.
And I think it's a good thing.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen Monday.
Well, I think they have a motivation to play like a team and get together. And the motivation is that they just got to Juve, right? They just got to this club. They know it's prestigious. They don't want to be the players in the team that sink it. Do they? Like, it's not that we're talking about senators here, like Buffon, Bonucci, Chiellini, Pirlo, that they've won everything and they've showed who they are, and now they can even sink a coach if they want. They're not those players yet. I think they will come together, honestly. I think it was good what he did today. He called off some players that were hiding, and they just put their fair share of liability on them, like he took some. Finally, let me say, he said, I'm responsible for something. He said it. It was good for everybody.
Why is it taking this long when there's
that's a great question.
Clearly at fault. I mean, that's my big issue with what he's saying today. Is like, you're saying this now at the end of February when in October we saw these signs already.
Well, it doesn't have any more. He lost everything. Okay, you know why I'm wearing this jersey today? Because this is a jersey 21-22 when we didn't win jack shit that year. Just in celebration of that year.
No, Supercoppa Italiana.
No, non quell'anno. Il primo anno di Allegri. 21-22.
Non è quella di Pirlo, quella lì?
No, quello prima. So this is the year when we didn't win anything. And this year is going to be again the same. And so he's talking today because now he can't win anything. So now he can really, like, he's playing his only card now. It's like, shit. Now either make it to the top 4, or like at the end of the season.
The worst part about the top 4 race is we're only 8 points behind first place, and a better Juve would see blood in the water and say, we can go for the title. Would say,
no,
hey,
please, don't talk about Scudetto tonight, Hal. Please, no, I cannot do it.
Please.
We lost again, Empoli at home.
I don't give a fuck. This is still my heart, okay? And I will always feel that way, no matter what. Until it's mathematically impossible, don't tell me the fucking odds, okay? All right? I wear the vest, you call me fucking Han Solo. Don't tell me the odds, okay, brother?
Empoli won. Empoli came from like a 0-5 against Atalanta.
Exactly. Don't tell me the fucking odds. That's my biggest issue here, is that with 8 points, okay, we've come back from minus 11 to win the Scudetto, okay? This is one of the worst Serie A's, in years.
Yeah, but they haven't shown any like personality to handle pressure. I mean, 2 in or out games, they're both out.
A real Juve which we're clearly not seeing now, a
Right.
real Juventus football club would see this opportunity and there would be blood in their eyes. They would
Yeah.
see red. They would say, we're going to go out every game and we are going to crush them. If we have to beat them physically, if we have to beat them mentally, if we have to beat them technically, whatever it takes, we're going to win these games. I don't understand how I have more Juventinità on my little finger than that entire squad does.
All right.
We will play Monday knowing already the results of Napoli-Inter.
Right. Another advantage there, by the way. Giovanni is an
You
interesting
call
question.
you call no, yeah. But before Giovanni, I was going to Raffaele asking, do you think on Monday the play gonna show up, or do you think that the boat is sinking?
You know, if I knew, I would be rich, right? But I would bet. But I think this, like as most of you said, it's a defining moment. Specifically, thinking about the interview that Motta did at the end of the game.
Reno, I'm not doing it with your pessimism, okay? Always with you. Die. No, enough with the pessimism with you, Reno.
No, but
Always.
it's not about pessimism. It's about being realistic. And what we saw today, it's something that I hadn't seen for quite some time, or at all, to be honest. And unfortunately, it's always with Empoli that we have this type of things. With Allegri after the Empoli game last year, that's where things started going south.
Really?
But
You're right.
Positively, if today he's able to, or he was able to turn on a switch on the players, right? So let's assume I'm wrong and the players didn't play against him. And he's able to get them back and say, and basically, say we're just having to concentrate and play for to qualify for the Champions League. I think there is a good chance that we can play good and we can win. But really, that switch needs to be turned on and off. We cannot go back to playing one first half good, the second half bad. It has to be some consistency there. And he needs to work on that. At the end of the day, it's the coach. The coach, going back to Giuntoli, the Società and everything, there is nobody there that's going to help him out. He has to do it by himself. I wish there was someone, but I think it's all on him. Chiellini, trust me,
he has a different role.
So what? Who gives a shit?
They keep him away. They keep him away. I don't ask me why.
It's a different position, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a different.
I don't care if he's an accountant. You throw him in the locker room. You tell him what it is to be a Juventino.
Okay, excuse me. Okay. I'm totally against, but you because that was another gossip that make me really laugh, and I had almost a fight with Eduardo. Okay, because he still believe in this gossip. But do you think that if Chiellini wanna talk with somebody, he really need to ask permission to go in the locker? Because if I'm Chiellini, I'm testing Locatelli right now because I think I have a number. He's gonna text Gatti, Perin, Pinsoglio, probably the only 4 players with some Juventinità in them. It sucks, but it's the only thing and they're gonna have a dinner. They're gonna talk. So he really doesn't. It's not his position to go.
You know who the players are calling, and who the players are talking to. Players are talking to Allegri. But Jolie asked him where he should go. He said, "Go to Fiorentina. That's a good idea." With Rabiot said, "Should I resign or should I go somewhere else?" He said, "Go somewhere else." He's talking to the players. The other thing is what I was saying before.
Last year, before a game, okay, I think it was a game against Salernitana, the one that we won at the 97.
The one where
minute with-
Kondreva was offside, was keeping
No,
us
no,
onside, and we won.
no. The one we played in,
still sour
in
about that
Salerno. Okay, the night before leaving for Salerno, McKennie went to the sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, and I know for a fact. Okay, and
The one
he was.
gossiping. I'm
Huh?
the one gossiping. He's talking about
No,
McKennie going
what?
to bed at 4 a.m.
I talking with somebody who was in the home, and with them there was Leao. So people talking with Allegri. Yes, forgot to talk with Allegri. They were talking with everybody.
I would still say that even in the past with coaches that have Lippi, when he said everybody should be, kicking the ass, etc. Ancelotti, sometimes he admit responsibility. I just never seen what I saw today, a coach on the verge of tears. So if players have no empathy for the guy, they really are pieces of shit.
So, Mauro, I have a
Mauro,
question for
I
you
see
about
Allegri
that.
at that point.
Let me ask Mauro something.
I
Do
see
you
Allegri
think-
at that point.
Do you think that today he called it, because we said it's the first time he called him out publicly?
Mhm.
To me, and the way he was speaking, it looked like he called him out privately many times and they just didn't listen, or like it didn't go well. And then he's forced to do it publicly and see, maybe that it's the last,
I agree. It's
Hail Mary, when you're down 6 and you're
I
throwing
agree.
in the end zone. Because the frustration in his words, to me, it's not like a one-time thing where he's surprised by their behavior and he's calling them out publicly. To me, it was like, okay, I've been trying to communicate this message for multiple weeks. It's not going through. I'm going to do it publicly just because it's the last thing I can do. Let's see if it works.
Actually, he said something different, if I may. He said today was the first time that
Ever.
they didn't have the attitude. He said we played badly other games, but this today was the first time that they didn't have the mentality. So I don't know if he really called them out privately before, if he meant what he said today, that we play badly, but
He was being very kind.
yeah. But
Because the first half against Empoli in Serie A, when they scored and they took away that penalty because of that handball, that we were lucky that they saw it. That first half, it was, I think, right after we got kicked out of.
Nope.
What was that?
The game was it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
In between the two.
I think it was after we lost against Benfica.
It was there we go. So you're expecting them to show some sort of guts, and that I could argue that time they didn't show a good attitude as well against Empoli, same team. So I think he was being very kind, but you might be right.
I expect them to show empathy at this point, because even when he said, yeah, what were we supposed to do? Yeah, we will just keep our head down and keep to work. It was almost like, I don't know what else to do. I hope players have at least that much empathy to understand that they're in it together. That's why I'm expecting Monday to have a reaction, and maybe this may coalesce them together. I don't know.
How many bad games do we need to have before it wakes up? Because I disagree completely. I think there were plenty of games where we showed lack of mentality and lack of capability and lack of ambition, and
But not like
came
today.
out and didn't play.
But not like today. Today was a total embarrassment. But we played bad, like against Napoli the second half, for example. We played bad, but Stoccarda was a different game to me, in my opinion. But bad, embarrassing as today, where we look lost, guys. We look like
they had 4 or 5
we
chances.
didn't look like there was no cohesiveness.
Disjoint, right?
Yeah, completely disjointed.
We had 60% possession in the first half, 0 shots on target.
Right.
Empoli was 5 times in front of Perin by mistake
At
of us.
We're lucky it wasn't 3-0 in the first half.
Exactly. So this is the first time it was embarrassing.
So is it possible?
Yes, but not embarrassing like today.
Is it possible that the Motta post-game conference, now we're reading it as Motta is just, in a way trying to shake the players, and that's for sure part of it. Is it possible that he's trying to shake the management too with that?
Good luck with that.
Well, you rarely see coaches going on a post conference, and at least Juventus coaches and going that hard on the players.
I don't
And
remember
being
any, actually.
right, or saying I'm embarrassed several times. I mean, I don't know how many times he said that. So could it be sending a message to them too?
But what would be the message to management? I mean, they got him the player that he asked, maybe possibly. What message should
he needs support? Well, that he needs support. I'm going on a press conference and I'm saying I'm embarrassed. I'm saying that the players embarrass me. I'm saying that I embarrass myself. And I'm here now saying this. And where the heck are you in all of this?
I agree with Matteo.
Where are they? Let me just check the F1 schedule really quickly. I'll tell you exactly where they are.
Yeah, but Giuntoli is there. Huh? Giuntoli in this moment, Giuntoli is the only person
Is he?
What, dude? Is the one that buying the player and is doing everything but signing the check.
Listen, if I show up to my job every day, okay, and I go to work every day and I don't do any work, am I really there?
It depends if you answer an email in 5 bullet points.
Well, the truth is, we expect of Giuntoli something that it's not in his chords again. He was in Napoli where there was De Laurentiis out there talking to the press, right? And Giuntoli was being Giuntoli. Giuntoli, I think, has done an overall good job with what he's supposed to do: buy, sell. I mean, we lowered the age of the team.
Lowered the age of the team, lowered the salary.
I mean, he's done all of that.
Theoretically better players.
Right. So he's done great from the point of view. So in a way, I think that cry for help from Motta is not really for Giuntoli, but for above Giuntoli. Because Giuntoli is doing what he's supposed to do. We expect him to go and say something after, but I don't know if he's that kind of person. I'm not sure.
I mean, does he want to tie his fate to Motta's?
No, he's the one. Hey,
Wait
a second. He got rid of Allegri and he picked him.
I mean, he is.
I'm saying,
you cannot change your mind every 3 months. Sorry, because
when
you want to change a coach.
Every man for itself.
I think Motta is what a 3 years contract that they gave him. Okay,
2.
So. No,
2?
Maybe
he's right.
It's 3 or 4.
2 and an option.
Okay. No, 4, no, for sure, no 4. It's 2 or 3.
2 and an option. It's 2 and an option.
So if he doesn't think he needs to speak publicly, still believing fully in this project, then we have a much bigger issue than just changing another coach and finding somebody else. Because this is his own project. He handpicked Motta, handpicked the players. I know that, going in front of the TV and say a couple things is not going to fix it. It's not going to change. It's not going to solve the problems. But at least you take public responsibility and you say, I still believe in this project. Whatever happens, we're in it together. The fact that he's not doing so if he's not doing so because he doesn't believe in the project, we have a problem. If he's not doing so and still believes in the project and leaves Motta out crying in a post-game presser, then he's an idiot. Plain and simple.
3 years, by the way.
3 years, yeah. 2 or 3 years.
I still think it's 2 and an option. Fake news.
Oh.
Do you guys?
Okay, guys. Look, go ahead, Mauro, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Do you guys think that with this roster, aside maybe Conte, could there be any coach that you would think for sure he would do better?
But it's easy. Conte would have never coached this roster.
No, never. There would have been that. It would have been way older.
He would have left August 29.
No, because changing the coach, I'm not sure it will solve the problem.
No, it definitely doesn't solve the problem.
With this group of players, I think I would have. So personally, the 3 coaches that we were kind of looking into last season over the summer were Italiano, Palladino, and Motta. Of the three, Italiano's the only one that has had real success in Europe. Okay, making it to 2 finals, even though it was Conference League, still made it, managed to manage the games, so on and so forth. And I would say what Palladino did with
too.
And a Juventus fan, and I would say what Palladino did with Monza was more impressive than what Motta was capable of doing with Bologna.
Nah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Look at where Monza is now, with not that much
guys,
turnover.
have you said, no, wait. Have you seen the list of injuries for Monza and the people that left Monza? He's not short. Let me say that. He's not short.
And now also look at the success and how Fiorentina's playing now. Yeah, I feel like Fiorentina plays more like a Juve squad than we do.
You guys, when we mentioned Conte, said, "Oh, he wouldn't coach this roster like if we have a bad roster." I mean, if you forget about the injuries, let's say everybody was in the roster, I don't think we have a bad team. I mean, we're talking about. I mean, I don't know. We're talking about this roster, these players. Like if we're like bad,
no, but
I don't think we are.
It's not a roster that is tailored for Conte. That's
these
I know,
but
he coached Estigarribia. Can he coach Goat Miners? I think he can, right?
Well, I don't know if he can coach Locatelli. Can he get something out of Locatelli? I don't know.
I mean, he looked. Come on, like
because Lobotka, it looked like a Locatelli in his super prime.
I mean, I think, guys, you forgot about Vucinic, Matri.
Yeah, but guys, that team had Buffon, Pirlo, Del Piero. I'm gonna mention Barzagli. Okay.
Barzagli was nobody when he arrived at us. It was their first. He
was a world champion.
No, what do you mean?
Yeah,
when he came to us, they bought it from Wolfsburg. Like he had one of his worst season for 200,000 euros. They bought him.
But he was a world champ. I want to say that, but yes, but he was he had
randomly.
He had some kind. Okay. Let's put Barzagli aside. You still have Buffon, Pirlo, and Del Piero. Excuse me.
Still, but I mean,
wasn't Vidal in that squad also?
Yeah, we get
again first year.
Izio, Chiellini, Bonucci.
I would take that Vidal now.
Zaccherini. I mean, we had.
Remember that year Conte got mad because Marotta got Pirlo and not Inler.
Yeah.
Then he was smart enough to change the setup, but he got mad because he found Pirlo is here. What the fuck Pirlo is going here? Because he wanted Inler. Actually, I liked Inler as a player. But...
Man, I forgot.
Okay, guys. So look. The good thing is we're not gonna be here on next Wednesday. Okay, because we're not gonna play midweek games anymore. Okay, so we play on Monday in Torino. Thank you, Mauro. Okay, and Verona beat Fiorentina last Sunday, and they deserved to beat Fiorentina last Sunday. It's not like it wasn't. What?
Let's go with the predictions. Let's see.
Let's go with prediction. Okay, Edo, go prediction. 1-1.
Ciao.
Mauro.
I think it will be 6 points from first place and we'll win 1-0.
Wow, you were so optimistic, Mauro.
I expect the players.
You don't deserve to be. I'm gonna put you over there because I don't want to stay close to it. Tal?
I'm gonna stick with what I said before. I think it's gonna be 3-1. We're gonna be like, oh, we're back, and then it's not gonna be great. I think we're gonna get the worst. The worst part about this Juve is sometimes they give us hope. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it's like torture, right?
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I did a prediction today for the JFC League. I was so quiet. I put 3-0, and then let me put 3-1. Believe me, when we were down 1-0, I was still gonna be. I was still sure we were gonna come back, of course. So 3-1 Tal, 1-1 Edo, 1-0 Mauro. Raffaele?
I think I'll go for 2-0. with Vlahovic and Yildiz scoring.
Vlahovic, bastardo, Vlahovic.
If Vlahovic scores, that means that he could have scored 6.
Right.
in that game.
Right, he missed it 5. Right, yeah.
It
I mean,
means that he
today
had
today could have scored
7
3,
good
4, did
chances.
nothing.
He scored one of them.
Man,
Giulio
3-0.
for Verona, right?
False hope. 3-0. We win.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna score, so I'm not gonna put their name in the prediction.
Huh?
Who's gonna score? So I'm not.
Who's gonna
name them in
score?
the yeah.
Colomwani, Yildiz, e Cambiaso.
Mamma mia. No, I'm gonna go with
I'm
Raffaele
gonna say-
2-0.
I'm gonna say Colo, and then Kefren Turam gets a brace, and a player that hasn't scored all season is gonna score for Verona.
He's right.
One of their defenders that has bricks for feet, he's gonna score a banger. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. I was so excited when I see that today that the 3 guys for the next game was called up. I was hoping to see Avdic playing actually, and then that happened actually. Well, okay, guys, I see 2-0, and fuck everybody. Command and Diego Gonzalez, and then I'm gonna do the
Mamma mia,
helicopter.
vabbè. Come se Diego Gonzalez.
Wow.
Jeez. Can we please say? Can we please praise 1 second Thuram and what he did today? That goal, Jesus,
By
that
himself.
touch, and that,
I hate it. I hate it when we score a beautiful goal and then the game
and then
is
we
shit,
look. I know.
and then it
Hey,
takes away all of
And
that.
thank
effort
God
and
they
beauty
didn't
from
see
that goal.
Dusan Vlahovic that was by himself in the middle, so because he couldn't
Thank
do
God,
someone.
right? He was like, "Fuck that! Shoot this."
No, I
Probably
was saying
saw
after
him.
he scored.
Probably saw him.
After he scored, I was like, "Thank God he didn't pass." He just said, "Fuck it, I'm going by myself.
Yeah.
No more bullshit. Gonna beat this guy, and I'm going."
Bye,
Jesus.
guys. Thanks.
All
We'll be
right.
back next week. Let's
Thank
see what's
you,
gonna
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
happen.
Bye.
Bye.